Well, today, 420 is known as an unofficial marijuana holiday, and police officers are on alert to prevent and stop those from driving under the influence. Anita Buffoni spoke to the state police and joins us in studio with what they had to say. Anita?
Well, Shannon, this is the first 420 since recreational marijuana became legal in Rhode Island. I'm told police departments across the state will have more patrols on the road. Their message: if you plan on smoking, have a designated driver. The same message applies to those drinking alcohol or smoking marijuana. Don't drive under the influence or use a rideshare to get around.
People might be driving impaired. They might be under the influence of marijuana.
Corporal L.J. Fiorenzano is with the Rhode Island State Police Traffic Safety Unit.
Across the country, with all the states that have legalized marijuana, there has been an increase in the number of crashes and the number of crashes that have resulted in fatalities and serious bodily injury.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says in 2019, 49% of drivers who were killed in crashes that were screened for drugs tested positive. And from 2016 to 2020, on dates near April 20th, there were 29 traffic fatalities involving marijuana in New England. Drug recognition experts are used to help identify if somebody is smoking marijuana and driving high. The state police says there are 80 across police departments in Rhode Island. Acting Lieutenant Ryan Shore from the Cranston Police Department is one of them.
Certainly we want the motoring public to call if they see any impaired drivers or anybody driving erratically that they'd like to bring to our attention.
Now, law enforcement officers say marijuana can slow reaction times, and if you're found to be driving under the influence, you could face a misdemeanor charge. I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.
Driving under the influence doesn't just mean alcohol, especially with recreational marijuana now legal in Rhode Island.
Police want that message to sink in on this unofficial marijuana holiday. 12 News reporter Anita Buffoni talked to police about what drivers need to be careful of. Anita?
Well, Mike and Shannon, law enforcement officers say smoking marijuana can cause slow reaction times when driving. With an effort to crack down on DUIs today, more patrols will be on Rhode Island roads. It's the first 420 since recreational marijuana became legal in Rhode Island.
People might be driving impaired. They might be under the influence of marijuana. So we have increased the number of patrols that we normally have out, the state police have for today and for tonight.
Corporal L.J. Fiorenzano with the Rhode Island State Police Traffic Safety Unit says there has been an increase in the number of crashes with fatalities in states that legalized marijuana, but it's too soon to tell if that trend will be seen in Rhode Island.
For it not to trend in that direction, that means that law enforcement needs to step up our visibility.
The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration says in 2019, 49% of drivers who were killed in crashes that were screened for drugs tested positive. And from 2016 to 2020, on dates near April 20th, there were 29 traffic fatalities involving marijuana in New England. The state police says there are 80 drug recognition experts across police departments in Rhode Island. Acting Lieutenant Ryan Shore from the Cranston Police Department is one of them.
We don't want impaired drivers affecting their own safety and the safety of the other motoring publics on the road.
Now, if you're found to be driving under the influence, you could face a misdemeanor charge. If you do see someone driving erratically today, you are encouraged to contact and notify police. I'm Anita Buffoni, 12 News.